Yeah, good afternoon, good day, good evening, the world out there. This is Carol Matewula here saying hi, 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 hi. Being knocked very hard by circumstances of 2020 and 2021. I'm here today. As you know, I haven't been talking to you guys for some time because of course, my dilemma that I had with this secrecy of what's going on in the world today. And you hear people now talking about vaccine passport. So I came in today because I'm curious. I'm very curious. It seems like freedom is disappearing slowly and slowly, and danger it's really on the forefront. Danger of it's crazy. It's crazy. You wonder where it's going to end. This nonsense. Now, as you know, you guys have been struggling with some strange encounters that I would like to elaborate today, and I have questions now. When they talk about this passport, vaccine passport. We already have borders. We already have passports that are very scrutinized, and these passports they are very classified. We really have to be very careful with whatever that is going on. I'm just sharing my mind really because I can't change the world. I can't change the madness of this world, the craziness, the people who have money. You hear the richest man in the world and you wonder, what a nonsense is that? Why do we have to have a richest man in the world when the world is rich for all of us? So, as you know, you guys, in 2020, I have struggled with something that I didn't know what it was until I find out the name of it, and has been a roller coaster for me since last year, March, having to be detected wherever I went, like an animal, like a rat. When you trap a mouse, putting those things with the cheese on it, that each and every corner this mouse would go, wouldn't have freedom. I felt like that, using technology, of course. And I felt my body fried in my own bed where I slept. Whatever that they did, these people, to control my mind. It was not that, like, it's not like they were there, but the sensation, using my neck is still struggling even today to heal, even though it's much better than before. Things that I have experienced are shocking and very, very. I can't mention what I have just went through. Will this ever leave my mind? I don't know. I feel like I'm robbed of my sensation of the world because of this technology mongers, this big techs that are really, really has lined up booty traps. I don't know if you call it them booty traps, where few people are marked and they would suffocate, lose breath. They would experience the biggest pain that they have never experienced before, and without even one of their member to know that, because of its kind of individual attacks. And there are moments where I slept with people on the same bed, asking for protection, and these people wouldn't feel what I was going through. The only thing that they could do was to look at me and think that I was crazy, while this thing was true. All the symptoms that they spoke about of corona, I suffered with, through this call. What is the name of it? Decoding frequency, something, something, where they hijack you. There's a saying today that human beings aren't so mysterious as before, because human beings can be hacked. I was hacked. And in this being hacked of mine, it feels like I was made to be, the intentions were to make me a slave of pain in a secret world where my spirit it felt as if it was a war against my spirit, to attack my body using my own neck with a chip. And you wonder, in a time where they were talking about coronavirus, I then suddenly was hacked. How many people were hacked? You know, and I look at myself today and I'm wondering, where am I? It feels like I've just woke up from the most bizarre dream, while the world sells coronavirus, while the world talks about vaccine, while the world talks about passporting, that we need to have passports for us to be able now to have normal life. What's going on, You do not work, they don't care, Your jobs, our businesses aren't working, financials aren't coming, and these are the richest people in the world now. My question today, what is a richness? Is it really about money, or is it about owning people's souls and owning people's movement through paper-based world where poor trees are being scarred to make this money? And I really, now money is going to plastification. I remember when I was in London, they brought this new 5 pound, and it felt so much like plastic. And I took fire and I burned it to try to see if it will disappear, and it wasn't, because suddenly money, it becomes plastic. So when you look at the value of money, it's money has no value. The value of the richness, it is control of your breath. Now there's a new slavery, this machine that I have created, whatever that is that I have created, that I have just experienced. You never know if people are dying through it. Because when you get it, you can't explain. You have no words for it. Everybody looks at you strange. They can only say, probably you've got coronavirus. You test yourself, you realize that you don't have coronavirus, but you suffer. Lucky I know the body. And if I didn't know the body, I don't know where will I be. My whole world has been turned upside down. And on top of that, having to struggle this madness, I was then dragged by cops into a mental hospital. Yeah. And now I have to make a decision in a form of, do I then get vaccine, not because of my health, not because of my well-being, but so I can get a passport to be able to live the normal life? What are we getting into? This will be the highest. I remember in South Africa, we had this thing called Dompas, that was telling which region you came from and which ID, who has to have ID. And these IDs will be identified by class through secrecy without we knowing. Because this is another form of slavery. This is a form of control. This is a form of dehumiliating humans. And I'm standing here and I say, what about what I have experienced? Who has an answer for that? Oh, I'm just one of the cow. I'm just one of the animal that can be slaughtered and do whatever that they want. And there's no voice. When we want to come into the masses and select who we want to erase, we can do that. And there's no accountability whatsoever. But on top of that, while you're alive, you have to now rush into the queue and have a vaccine so that you can have a passport. Who the fuck runs this world? Who are they, these people? Who are these people? Who are these people? And where are they taking the world at? And I realize to the final of this mess, those who have suffered the most in the past are about to be put into a new form of suffering, into a new form of devalued, into a new form of, their mouth shuttered for life. So I'm in a state of looking at Mother Nature's piece of world that she did in such a present and honor to say, this is your home, you guys, you go celebrate. And you've got the greediness, you've got the society that it's so greedy, that it's so, my God, that it's so hungry to keep up with the legacy of their ancestors and ancestors and to keep the control. Does not matter what it takes, as long as the control is kept alive. And you're thinking, is this the world? People are not working today. I've been trying to start my business since last year. Even today, you phone the people, they say to you, no, wait until April. You can start your business then. It's April now, I'm about to phone them tomorrow. And financials, you are locked. These are the richest people who have money like crazy. They can come into your world without even understanding how much you have in your account and tell you that you are not allowed to work. And on top of that, while you're still wondering how to put the food on the table, now they are measuring your movement by bringing so-called passport. And this passport would measure, as life has already been measured, our passports that we own, traveling from one country to another, they can tell you how far you go and how far you don't go. So it's a crazy world. It's a lovely world we're living in, but human society, they are nuts. They're nuts. They're nuts. They're not cases. So I'm not taking no vaccine. I don't give a fuck with their vaccines. If I have to die with starvation to keep my respect, I shall do so. For passport, who the hell do they think they are to tell us when to move and how not to move? Passport. If you don't take, who is their body? It feels as if we have not ownership of our own bodies. My body, it's my body. I'm talking for myself, by the way, but because of our community, I would put on a few communities in. Like now I'm sneezing. Whenever you talk your truth, and which is we've got a right, for God's sake, we've got a right to protect who we are. As these rich people, if someone goes and tell them to get rid of all the lands that they are buying from everyone, one man owns the whole country because he has paper that he has collected from you. You have put pocket in his own. You have put money into his own pocket. After that, he comes in control because of they have made money God. It's crazy, isn't it, the world we're living in? So this is Carol. My thought is, what do you think about this vaccine passport? What's your idea? What's your thoughts? What do you think about coronavirus? Yes, I know I'm doubting it because of what I have experienced, but you, society, are living and you know the truth. I need advice in terms of what the hell is going on, because as I said, I just woke up from a massive nightmare that I even miss the happenings of Corona because I was attacked through some system and technology. Carol Matibula here. God bless. One love, guys. Yeah.